Hey everybody, how's it going? Which one's the big bright light? There's a big bright light over there. Oh, that's some light on my face. Anyway, hi, it's Sean McLeod from Halifax Bricks. I just shaved my head. You can't really tell, but like I'm now Bic shaven, and it's kind of weird because you can see my forehead, weird dimples. Anyway, I've not that it really matters, but I've had very short hair for a very long time, and every once in a while I do this, and then I go, "Ooh, yeah, that's a lot of work." Like to keep your head shaved on a regular basis, it's quite the challenge. It'd be like every 2 days you'd have to come in at it. But anyway, that's the news today. It is February 18th. It is the weekend of a Canadian stat holiday. It's Family Day here in Nova Scotia, and not Family Day. Sorry, it's Family Day almost everywhere else. This is Nova Scotia Heritage Day, and we are celebrating William Hall this year. He is a black soldier from Nova Scotia. Um, his grand tale, he won an award basically for being the last man standing. He and his another soldier basically stayed alive in the Battle of Lucknow, um, and kept firing at the enemy to suppress them and managed to somehow succeed the day and escape. Anyway, so they're having a ceremony. I believe it's tomorrow down, just actually not far from here at the Africville Church. Anyway, Nova Scotia Heritage Day. It's instead of just calling it Family Day, some generic thing where people are kept home on a stat holiday to spend time with their family. Here they actually make it about something special, so that's nice. Also, it being African Heritage Month, it's a good timing with that. Yeah. Anyway, blah blah blah. Nothing to do with William Hall or African Heritage Month or bald heads. Actually, technically, Vin Diesel. So I was talking to Brick and Nick, the famous Brick and Nick of Lego Masters fame, of Twitch fame, of Lego personalities fame, and for some reason this car came up, and I was like, oh, actually, that's one of the speed champions that I have. I only have like two of them. And it turns out that I have more than two of them. I looked at my shelf the other day and I was like, oh, I've got four, technically. So I've got the Porsche 911, the Lamborghini Countach, one of the Ferraris. I don't know. I wanted to represent each main manufacturer at some point. But I also had this, but I actually thought I had built it already, which is kind of weird. So we're going to build it today. And this is a little tip and trick for all the weird people out there that are like, I don't like thumb holes on my Lego boxes. Why don't they have tape seals? You can do this. But I also just use my fingers. Basically, you just get in on a corner. Actually, I'm just going to do it like this. Stick your finger in. Of course, now it's very difficult. But you just slide your finger up. You slide your finger along. You slide your finger along. And there you go. So that's a little bit out of shape. But now you're not actually ripping a hole in it like a craft dinner box. You can actually build in the box. I actually like to build, like, especially if I'm like Christmas morning or Boxing Day and I'm at my in-laws' house or whatever. There's bag one, there's bag two, there's frame of the car, and this I assumed, and holy cow, 21 stickers. 21 stickers. Great. Anyway, so that's my box opening technique. Basically, you just ignore the hole punch. You just open up a flap. You can't actually slide a knife along here, get your hand in, and then you just basically use the strength of power. But I don't save my boxes. I don't really save my instructions either. Look, there's a QR code. If you zoom in enough, you can scan that QR code and get yourself 20 hole points. Is it 200 points? 20 points? I think it's 20 points. So 20 points at the Lego shop. I don't know if you've ever done that. Here, we can do that right now. Let's do it live. You go to your phone. You go to your camera. Bam. Whoop. And 98% of the time, and then you give it your fingerprint. And it'll take you to the Lego store. And it'll say, hey, are you about to build it? Grown-ups, register your set. Boop. And then you do that, and then it says, who is this set for? This is actually new because Lego realized that they're not getting any valuable information from this process. They're getting people to do this. So I bought it for myself, and the occasion is a reward. So at some point, I rewarded myself. I said, "Good job, Sean. You've done a great thing." I got it from maybe the Lego store. I don't know. We're gonna say an online retailer. It might have been Walmart. I might have just seen it there. Because this was one that was like really hot commodity when it first came out, and it was like selling out all over the place. People were like, "Oh my gosh, did you get the new GTR? It's going to sell out. It's going to be worth $100,000." And I think that this was like selling locally for like $60. I was like, why would I ever pay $60 for this thing? We're gonna say other, because I might have bought it off a Facebook seller. Because I probably was like, "Oh, why is somebody?" And then somebody was probably selling it for like retail value. And anyway, so there you go. Bam! It says you've registered your Lego set. You earned 20 points. So, can I actually log in directly to my Lego account? I have a lot of points right now. Lego. This is not a thing, but I'm not trying to brag. But I currently have 15, almost 16,000 points. And if you look into that, that's like basically 100 points is $1 in Canada. So then you just bump the decimal point over. So that's like 150 bucks in points. Now, that is a bit of a weird thing, because I'm not like a rich Lego person. There's other people that I just see them buy. Joseph, you know who you are. You seem to buy every set in the universe. And I was like, how do they keep buying more sets? I'm actually cutting down substantially, but because I do these kits for people, I actually just had Gus the Tortoise sitting right in front of me, and I moved him because I needed to clean my desk. But because I do these retail kits, Paul Walker, I order parts from Lego on a regular basis. I think I talked about this in a previous stream, but do I really need the light on me? That's actually okay. I need to tighten that screw. That's a bit too bright. Come on, auto-compensate. Make it look like I look okay. This one. Could light the background. Not really the important thing here, am I? I'm wearing a Lego shirt. Anyway, so I was talking about this on a Lego podcast not too long ago, on a Lego stream, on one of my Lego streams. So kind of like that. That's so dull. What if I do this? I have control over this. Oh, that doesn't make a difference at all. That's the brightest it gets. Anyway. Yes. So pricing your Lego, because it's very important when you're building any original mod or anything that you would order, like a mosaic, right? So I'm building a mosaic. There's a mosaic behind me, HFX bricks, somewhere over here. That one, the other one is my picture of my son. My daughter is somewhere around here. I should put her back up there too. But when you're buying like one or two pieces, who cares how much you pay for it? You're like, all right, whatever. This is 30 cents. This is 29 cents. Oh, this is 8 cents. This is 7 cents. But when you're buying, what did I buy most recently? There's a bunch of like Halifax Town Clock. So the Halifax Town Clock, and I'm buying 200 of them at a time. So 200 sets. And let's say in the set there's 4 of one element. And then I go, okay, that's 800 pieces. Or, you know, sometimes there's 9 of the headlight pieces, right? So the headlight pieces might be 10 cents. So if you go to lego.com and you go to bricks and pieces and you go, I would like this headlight kit, and then you want 10 of them or 9 of them, and then we're going to make 200 sets. So that is now 1,800 of these pieces. 1,800 pieces. And if they're 10 cents, they're 10 cents. So that is now $180 of one piece. So then you're going, wow, $180 for one piece. Now, if you go to Bricklink and you punch in that number, and you'll probably get some German store or something like that, who's like, "Hey, there's Paul Walker." I am gonna do. Is this on autofocus? This is not on autofocus. This one is on autofocus. Hello, Paul Walker. It's not autofocusing. Does that work? I don't know how good the autofocus is. Anyway, oh my gosh, I gotta get manicure. Things you don't think about when you're building, when you're going, I'm gonna be a streamer. The condition of your nails, very important. So, $180 to spend on headlamp pieces, which is pretty amazing. And you go, holy cow, why am I doing this? So then you go to Bricklink and you go, okay, German store. German store has them for 7 cents instead of 10 cents. So now you're saving 3 cents on every single one. I can't even do the math on that. So we needed 1,800 times decimal 0.3 equals $54. So when you're buying one or two, it doesn't really matter. But when you're buying 1,800 of them, 3 cents adds up to $55, $50, $60, $80, $90. The question becomes, how much will you save when you consider shipping into the deal? Because Germany is far away from Canada. And that is a challenge. So sometimes you luck into these shops. Like there's one, Double D Bricks, in, I think they're in Vietnam. Sorry, Double D. I really like Double D. Double D is great. So Double D has like flat worldwide shipping for like $9.99, and you're like, $9.99? That's amazing. So I like shopping at Double D Bricks. That's not a plug, but it is a plug, but it's a free plug. I'm not getting paid to recommend Double D Bricks, but I do like their $9.99 worldwide shipping. So if you think about this, blah blah blah, Lego.com. If you order over like $10 or $20 or $30 for the parts, you get free shipping. $35, I think is the number. So you get free shipping. Oh, this is a good one. My hands are really dry. This is a 2-plate tall brick. It's a 1x1. I wish I could. Maybe that's why I changed this one to an autofocus. Anyway, it's a 1x1, 2-stud tall manicure. So plates are a third and bricks are 3/3. 3 plates tall. 2-plate tall, what do you call it? I call it a block. So everyone's like, oh, there's Lego blocks. And I'm like, no, these are Lego blocks. I don't know what the official Lego term is, but that's what I call it, and I'm important. People listen to me. So they're going to start saying that they're going to call them the Sean blocks. And then I'm going to be famous for calling them a cool thing, the Sean block. And then they're like, oh, I'm going to order the Sean blocks on Bricklink. Anyway, so this is a very interesting conversation that I keep distracting myself from. The cost of shipping. So if we, let's say, save 3 cents from Lego.com's price, and we're going to go and we're going to say, okay, we're going to buy it from Magnus Bricks in Germany. I like Magnus Bricks too, except I always get dinged on customs. That's another problem. So, Magnus Bricks, we go, okay, 3 cents off. I'm going to save the $54. I'm going to order from you guys instead of Lego. And then they go, oh, well, shipping's actually going to be $200. And you go, $200? That's crazy. But then you go, what else can I get for $200? Because sometimes it's just a flat rate of like, it is over X amount of pounds. So then you get into this threshold of it is now this much to ship it. So then you kind of go, okay, now if I can order not just that one brick at saving 3 cents a piece, maybe I can save 2 cents if I order this other brick from Magnus. What if I order this other brick? What if I, it just kind of keeps, it's on and on and on and on. Is that supposed to be a clear? How do I not see? Oh, it's dark. It's smoked, translucent. Um, yes. So then you keep going, okay, can I save this? Can I save that? Can I save this? Blah, 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 blah. And that's usually where you go, okay, now it makes total sense to order from Magnus in Germany. And they usually throw it in like DHL or UPS, and it's reasonably quick shipping to get it from Germany to you, and you're saving, again, how many cents per piece? So you might be saving, like, again, I'm ordering 200 kits worth, and there's 154 parts in the kit, so it can add up. And then oh yeah, that's right. So my shipments are often like, I just yesterday I priced out what my next order is going to be, and I'm waiting for a good gift with purchase. Like, I know the classic space, little baby space guys are out currently, and some of those VIP points that I just counted are from purchasing a bunch of stuff. So I'm explaining what I just did a couple days ago, but I did buy a bunch of Lego in the last couple of days from Lego.com. That's where I'm at. So, but again, let's say I'm saving. So, roundabout. Oh, this guy shouldn't be in this. There should be in some other kit. What I do now is balancing the cost of shipping, which you have to pay when you order through Bricklink, and taxes you'll have to pay most of the time from wherever. Especially in Europe, they get you with the VAT, which is basically like European tax. It seems to be pretty standardized, but there's sometimes when it's like I don't see things, like especially if I'm going from Double D Bricks in Vietnam. I don't know. Do they charge me tax? I'll have to look into that, because sometimes I just go, it's a number. That's all I'm looking at. This is what the number on the bottom of my Bricklink invoice is going to be. That's what I'm going to pay. Okay. And then I look at their terms, and their terms are like, you must pay shipping. And it's anyway. So balancing the act of costs of curved sticker. No, it's not a curved sticker. It's a print. That's kind of nice. Resale value on this is going to be... I'm doing... What? How am I supposed to put that there? What? Oh, I'm not very smart. Anyway, I was putting it one stud over. I was like, but that's in the way. It doesn't make sense. That's in the way. So, that's my story. Check alternate locations. And there's some stores, some Bricklink stores. There's some Bricklink stores that their shipping rates are astronomical, stupidly astronomical. Like flat rate shipping, $200. And you're like, $200? What if I'm only ordering $30 worth of pieces? So what I do is I click those and I go to like my favorites, and then I go dislike. I don't like that store. Because what I often will do is just go into Bricklink, and then I do auto price. I have my list of stuff, so then I've gone through. So now it's a big every set that I have is now a spreadsheet. So I have a spreadsheet, and then I go into it, and then I go, what is this currently available from Lego? Is it a bestseller? Is it a standard? And standards come from Denmark, and bestsellers come from, I think, Connecticut at this point, or Niagara Falls, or wherever they're coming from. And so I go through everything with a spreadsheet, and then I go, okay, it's going to be, to get everything from Lego, it's going to be this much, this much, this much, this much. Oh, they don't have this one. and it's actually surprising. I'm actually trying to think about this when I'm building my sets. If it's coming from Lego, it's usually pretty good pricing, pretty sometimes. Um, so I'll go through everything and say, "Does this from Lego? Is this from Lego?" Punching in the exact part number because I have ordered dark, or no, I have ordered reddish brown when I should have ordered dark orange because on my screen the colors they look a little funny. And you actually have to dive into the details to actually see the color. Like you can't just look at the surface. You would think that they would include the color in their surface description, but they don't. I am missing something. It's just right here. I just can't see it because it's not here. There we go. So I go through everything on a spreadsheet, and I should show it to you sometime. Maybe I'll do a podcast of how I ordered my Lego bricks from BigLink. I don't know where that accent came from, but it's a non-denominational one. It's my funny voice. So I have a spreadsheet. So then I go through all the Lego prices, and then I go to the function and in BrickLink, and I basically import my entire list in, and then I say auto price anywhere in the world. What's the price? So then I'll usually get back like 6 different store shopping carts, and then I go through each shopping cart. So theoretically, this is BrickLink telling me, based on your needs, this is the most cost-effective way to get the bricks that you need. And it'll be like, okay, this store has, let's use that 1800 example. This store has 745 of that brick. So then it'll be like, okay, this is a pretty good price, but we're buying their entire stock. So 745 are now coming to me, and now I've emptied them out. So then it has to go to another store and say, okay, well, this one has 220 bricks of that one that you need. So then you need to go, and then there's a third store, and it's just like the one brick. Like that headlamp one. I'm basically, so it's kind of a smart system. I don't really know how really accurate it is. I've looked into it. I've like basically deleted those carts, and then I've resubmitted a request and actually like rejected the stores that it had suggested in the first place. Blah 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 blah. Why would that be like that? That's weird. Why would they do that? Anyway, but then it'll give me a number, and then I use those numbers for my spreadsheet. So I go back into the spreadsheet and I go, okay, this piece from Lego is 10 cents. This piece from BrickLink is 8 cents. This ring from Lego is 25 cents. This one is 7 cents. So there are obvious ones that the price difference is substantial. And those are the ones that I usually go for. Lego is normally, using the town clock as an example, probably 25% of the prices Lego was meeting or within like 10%, maybe 20% of the BrickLink prices. So if you look at that math, you can go, okay, if Lego's price is cheaper, then it totally makes sense to get the VIP points, and get a gift with purchase, and get free shipping. Like it's a no-brainer to get those ones. So I can't remember what, some black tile. Tiles seem to be cheaper from Lego because I think they're just such a hot commodity. That's interesting. This is some very interesting designs. Lego, who built this set? So it's like modified 1x1 with stud connecting into the back of a headlamp brick, and then this third headlamp, but this headlamp is tilted on a 90-degree angle and coming in sideways. So now effectively it's pointing downwards. That's very smart. Good job, Lego designer. I was working on a similar problem just the other day. Just yesterday, actually. So, and that's also part of the math. Gift with purchase. and VIP points. So on double VIP weekends, that's a great time. So then you can kind of go, okay, if I'm ordering a bazillion bricks from Lego and I'm getting double VIP points, which is effectively 10% cash back, which is I use those VIP points to buy more parts. So it's effectively 10% off a future order. Actually, it's technically 100% off a future order, because if I have 150 VIP points and I order $150 worth of parts, they come for free and blah blah blah. So double VIP weekends, very good time to order bricks. I'm often. This seems to have the shiny little light reflection on it, so I'm assuming it's the. I guess they're both that color. So VIP points equals discount. So that makes it definitely more attractive to buy it from Lego as opposed to Bricklink, because Bricklink doesn't offer VIP points. Though I guess it would be smart if, let's say, my Bricklink store started offering VIP points, saying, "Hey, you order, you get." Oh, I wonder how much money that would eat into my profits. Like every time someone orders from me, I could give them. If I quit my job, I'm going to start retroactively going through all my people that I sold Lego to and send them. I'm going to send them gift cards. Oh, this is the exhaust. I gotcha. And then we'll get this. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. That's neat. Nice design. Nice. Anyway, so VIP points equal discount. So 5%. Normal VIP points, I think, is 5%. That's the math. 5% of the value of your purchase it comes back to you in points. And then if you go double VIP, 10%. So that's good. You can see my head, see my bulb, my freckles. And then gift with purchase. So if gift with purchase, like every once in a while, like right after Christmas, you could get the right before Christmas. I think it was late November. There was a double VIP weekend, and you got 2 gift with purchases. It was the Christmas stall and the something. Is it Maisto's Magical Warehouse? Magical Workshop. So 10% off plus effectively like $20 gift and maybe a $40 gift. So then you're basically making $60 for every. The threshold wasn't even that bad. It was like 220 or 250 or 260 or 280 or some sort of number. So let's say you spend $260. Like, what's the new one? The gift purchase right now, Lego Classic Baby Space, is you have to spend $260 to get. So if I can sell every one of those kits that I got for $60, what's the math on that discount? 260. So that's a 23% discount. So then we're getting VIP points, so that's an extra 5. So let's say it's 28% discount. So by paying Lego's slightly higher prices, equal for sure, get those ones. Lesser, of course, get those ones. But then you can start going into the ones like, well, Bricklink is 8 cents and Lego's 10. You're like, okay, well, that's, it's a little cheaper, but then when you think about the gift with purchase, then you think of the discount, then you think of the free shipping, you're like, okay, these benefits. But then if you get to the point where it's stupid, like when the Bricklink, like 1x1 rounds are like 7 cents on Lego, but they are 2 cents on Bricklink. So it's like, okay, this is a quarter the price. So it makes 0 cents to get these ones. So that's where you get the divide. And that's why you have a spreadsheet, and that's why you change it and you update it all the time. And you go, these are the parts that I want from here, and these are the parts I want from there. That's my Lego lesson for the day. That was really long and boring. I'm sure you don't really care. about anything. Nobody's actually watching anyway, so why are we doing this? It's for fun. So, long story short, now I have nothing to talk about. Figure out where you get your prices from best. And then order your stuff from there. So, Paul Walker. Who of you likes Fast and the Furious? Comment in the comments below. If you put a comment in below that you really like Fast and the Furious and your favorite movie is something, tell me in the comments below what your favorite Fast and the Furious story is. And I will track you down. And maybe you can be a guest on our next show. Maybe I'll send you I don't make any promises, but I could send you oh, that's really nice too. This is what I need to get better at. I'm not a very good designer. I'm not a very good designer. But like just this connecting with that and this fitting and then these, that is such a nice technique. I want to know, dear Lego designers, that I know all you Lego designers are watching me build Fast and the Furious cars. You're like, oh, it's Sunday. There's nothing I want to do more than watch Sean build Lego live on YouTube. Because that's it. That's my favorite thing in the world. Sean, you're so funny. I want to know what the information sharing is like at Lego headquarters. Sticker time. Should we use this grubby old... I don't even know what I was doing with this one. I don't think that's Lego related. Toyo tires. Now... this is when I should be shooting one of those videos. Like what's the kids using these days? Vine, is that a thing? I hear Vine, that's a thing? And I could do it in super slow motion and be like, oh my gosh, I might do it wrong. Oh my gosh. Oh, see? Oh no! So much for the stupid brick separator piece. When are they going to change the name of the brick separator to the sticker applicator piece? Use paper and a pencil. Use paper and a pencil, I say to my wife. Look at that. Bam! I put stickers on. Everyone pay attention to me. So, information sharing at Lego. This is my question for the day. Does anyone have an answer for me? So, let's say you're a new employee of Lego. You must have passed some sort of Lego building test to become an employee of Lego. I know that I've tried to become an employee of Lego. I did not get to be a Lego employee. I was applying for basically the highest level job you could possibly get at Lego. Like, it wasn't vice president of the company or president or shareholder or... but I was like, this is a really high level job. But it was the very first one that I'd ever seen that the job description was somehow applicable to me. was like, I have those skills. I have like this much of that skill, but they want like this much, and I have this much. But I was just like, I'm going to apply for this job, and I even got like a recommendation by a Lego employee. Well, you know, they'd be lucky to have you. I was like, geez, that's really nice of you to say. But, well, see, this is a tricky one. Yeah. See, I think part of the problem is that not only is my finger that's holding the sticker fat. There we go. See, this is weird. Oh, yeah, that's how to do it. Bam! That should be on super slow motion television right there. So, blah, blah, blah. Applying for jobs at Lego. I was not qualified. But let's say you get hired as a Lego designer. Boone. How did Boone get hired? Boone. I could probably send him a message. He'd be like, can't tell you. Like Boone clearly, I'm just using Boone as an example, but he'd participated in many shows. He'd built up a career as a Lego mock maker, I'm assuming. I've never... And then he got on the Lego Masters show. I think that's... The Lego Masters show did a lot for Lego, even though people have differing opinions. But the fact that there's 22 different versions of it worldwide, or even probably more than that right now, because I think a lot of people like mock makers, they might be really famous in Buffalo, New York, or really top designer for Cleveland, Ohio. You're like, well, clearly if you're in the Cleveland area, you know Sean, the Lego master. So there's like regional people that are kind of stars in their own right. I'm going to try it this way. I think this way might be stupid. No, that's pretty good. That's actually awful. Except when you put it on the wrong piece. Whoop. See, I did it perfectly on the wrong piece. Now it's a challenge to get it the right way on the right piece. There. So yeah, there's all these different people all over the world, and the internet is kind of shrinking that, but still, like, there are so many Lego makers out there. Like, Instagram, if Instagram is an example, the number is astounding. Like, I follow, I don't even know how many people. 2,000 people? But I actively don't follow tons of other ones. Like, anyone that's, that all they do is post about how many followers they've got. I've got 325 followers today, and then the next week you'll be like, oh, I've got 375. Like, that's their post. It's just a Lego number going, this is how many followers I've got. And they're following like 10 million people. It's weird that way. You're like, are you just into it for followers? Or are you into it to just show off stuff? Like, I like showing off stupid things I found when I'm sorting Lego. Or I'll take a picture of this and be like, I should do that right now. Bam. But like, is this trying to get me followers or just be like, this is what I'm doing today. Because that's all I do. Look at what I'm doing today. Sorting Lego. Look at what I'm doing today. Sorting Lego. It's all I'm doing. And I'm on the Sortalog call. So, getting back to it though, there's, I don't know, 10,000 people on Instagram that are Lego people. I don't know if that's an accurate number, but let's just say 10,000. And that's just the people that are basically my age or younger, but not too young and not too old. Because Instagram is like a time capsule for certain people. Like the cool kids are on TikTok. Or are they? But when I look at TikTok Lego videos, they, not to be, because I know a lot of the Instagram people are just TikTok people who are just also posting on Instagram. The TikTok stuff that I see is trash. Just like, who cares about memes? People like memes. People like funny things. People like, cool songs and whatever. And when you do it like with a Lego background, you're like, well, okay, cool. But I want to see you building something. I want to see an original creation. I don't care about music or like stupid cat videos. That's funny. But honestly, this has so many headlight bricks. It's amazing. Like nobody, does anybody care about Lego themed memes? Like people like them, but like and care is two different things. And I think my tastes have matured. And this is going to be like, oh, well, Sean's a total jerk. We should totally unfollow him. And maybe that's okay. But I'm not being critical. I'm not naming names. I'm not saying this is that and this is the rest. It's just like, it's totally not my taste. But getting back to it. How many Lego designers are in the world? How many people are applying for jobs? Like, I think everyone wants to be a Lego designer. Or do they? But let's say they do. Let's say I do. Do I? No, I do not. I would love to visit them. I would love to go hang out with them. I would love to. I'm gonna have some coffee. I made this coffee an hour ago and I haven't had a sip. I would love to visit Beeland and not have to go through like the factory tour with like 30 other crazy AVOLs going, oh my god, like I would like a relaxed hangout. I'd like to go for karaoke. I hear karaoke in Beeland is like really fun. And I'm not really a karaoke person, but I'd like to just sit and have a beer and talk. I don't like going to a convention. You go to these conventions, you meet famous people, and you just head down to the restaurant, and then someone's like, hey, how's it going? I remember you from last year, or, I met you 10 minutes ago, and now I'm hungry, and I want a coffee. So, like, that's what I want. So if I went to Denmark, I'd want to have casual hangouts. I don't really want to go there during Scareback. I think it's really cool, like, there's cool stuff to buy. Like, I want a cool shirt. I like shirts. And I think big events like that would be like, well, best time to get a cool shirt. But yeah. Anyway, but going to Lego, let's say we get a job. Or you get a job. And you have a skill set, a certain skill set. I build robots really well. And they go, okay, you're the robot guy. But we're not building any robots right away. Like, how how are you bettering yourself? Like, do you just get tasked with some sort of job, like, well, now we need someone to build the new Lego Friends hospital. And you go, I'm working at Lego, I'm going to do anything. And then you try, and then you're like, I don't know how to do this. I don't know how to do that. But, like, how is that information sharing? How does that happen? Like, do they have, like, classes? Like, Lego Designer class, where, you know, they'll get some designer, I can't think of anybody off the top of my head, who's, like, also there, and he goes, okay, today we're doing a workshop on connectivity of, you know, headlight breaks. And then, okay, everyone, we're going to, you know, have a workshop, and everyone's going to get, you know, 700 bricks. And we're going to build a thing. And then there's, like, a little competition, and then people feel good about themselves, and, like, that kind of interesting stuff. Or is it just like, you work for Lego now, figure it out. We expect you to be good enough. I don't really think, like, Lego seems like a good vibes kind of place. So I would think it's kind of somewhere closer to the first one. But that would be fun. Like, if I could somehow go to, like, audit Lego University class. Because I do not think I think my designs, however rudimentary, they're rudimentary. I think they're they serve a function. They serve a purpose. They do what they do. But I don't think I'm working on one right now, which I posted about yesterday, and I think this is the one that's bugging me. It's bugging me because I know that if I had some skill, like this back end skill, that I could probably figure out a better solution. But I don't have that skill. And I don't really want to watch a bunch of YouTube videos from so-called other designers being like, this is how I solve this problem. I just want to go get a wizard wand, and now I know how to make lion heads out of, you know, 10 bricks. Perfect. It's a lion head. Bag 2. That was fun. But yeah, information sharing, educational opportunities, I think that would be interesting to find out more about. I do know a number of Lego employees. I should come up with a list of people, of things to ask. Because I'd like to turn this is more of just like I've got a laptop and I've got 2 cameras, but I want to turn this into an interview show or Halifax Bricks Lives, just using the same technology. Take this camera, put it on a tripod, put that camera on a tripod. I've got microphones over there, and sit down. I'm going to do one with Zachary Steinman. He's my most successful Lego buddy. And ask him questions and be like, okay, how was your time in Beeland? He didn't actually work there, but he set up Lego there, and it's on display right now. Very successful guy. He's at a gallery yesterday, meeting and greeting all the other artists. I think he's extremely talented. Well, so yeah, interview him. But interview some other Lego designers. I won't name names because then they'll be like, you name drop me. I don't want to do your show now. But I know a few people very casually that if I asked nice enough, maybe they would come on for half an hour, and answer questions. And I could come up with like, so, information sharing at Lego. How does it work? How did you get trained to be so good at these things? Because I know that you come in and, like, I'm thinking of one person in particular who's a senior designer now. And senior designer, I assume, is just pay grade, not necessarily experience. Not necessarily experience. It's not like you've worked there for 20 years, then you become a senior designer. You might get hired as a senior designer based on your skill set. I don't know when this person was hired as a senior designer, or when blah 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 blah, or when they became a senior designer. But they're currently, I believe, listed as a senior designer. And they had been see, I knew there were maybe one too many bricks there. After they got hired, they clearly, it's like they were hired for a specific reason. They were working on projects when they were an amateur that became a line within Lego. So it's like Lego is like, this could work. This is let's do our market research. This could work. This could be a thing. Let's hire this person that's really good at this specific thing and put them to task and say, okay, you have all the creative freedom you want. Here's some ideas, because we have like property licenses. Maybe you can do one with Star Wars. Maybe you can do one with Marvel. You can do like Disney princesses or whatever it is. So then they were basically, I assume that they were given free reign. And they ran with it, and I think they did really well. But then, where do you go after that? That line runs for 5 years. Sales start petering out. They go, okay, this is a thing. It's now no longer a thing. And then you go, okay, what's the next thing that you work on? How does that work? I assume actually many people would just quit. Maybe they'd be like, "Oh, well, my time is done. They brought me in. They paid me some portion of money. I don't know. Compensation would be an interesting thing. How much do Lego designers get paid? Like, to my knowledge, they get treated very well. They have a cafeteria, and I guess there's healthy food in it. They want you to be a healthy person, so there's like, maybe there's mental health supports. I don't know. Seem to have good family benefits, from what I hear. So yeah, like, what is these are the questions. So I'm working through the questions in my head of what I would ask someone if they were so daring as to come on my show. Wouldn't that be neat? What would you want to know? Put a comment in the comments. Like and subscribe. Blah, 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 blah. Isn't that what everyone's supposed to say? Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. But yeah, if you could ask a Lego employee or a former Lego employee, I don't know who I'm actually going to score to do this, what would you like to know? What would you like to know? Now, why would they do that? I guess maybe that's a rule. I don't know. That's what I want to know. Why did they do that? So it's like the seat back, and there's some like NOS fuel tanks, and this is the seat back. But underneath the seat back on the floorboard was a jumper piece. So if the jumper wasn't there, there would be a gap. But if they put a tile piece there, it would be maybe too low. But if they put a normal plate there, maybe would the writing on the top of the studs be a micrometer too tall, and it would cause undue friction? But like, there's just it's basically a color highlight at this point. Like there's the seat back and then a blue visible brick plate jumper. It's just strange. Why wouldn't they put why a jumper? Why a jumper? Not just a anyway. Good question. So, blah 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 blah. Information sharing at Lego. What kind of information do you get? What kind of training is there? What's the camaraderie like? How many designers are actually there at the same time? These are all interesting questions. There's somebody I know that's a former employee that they might be willing to talk, but I think they might be too much of a grown-up for me. I think they'd be like, come on, man. You and your YouTubes. But they were very kind when I last spoke to them. Because I'm trying to, like, is it a secret? Or has no one ever asked? Like, is there specifically a NDA? If you're an employee of Lego, you cannot talk about what's behind the scenes at Lego, etc. Probably there's some limitations, like, but like, you can't tell me what you're working on in specific detail. I don't think you could do that. So I wouldn't even ask that. But 13, circa 13. Cage cluster is going this way. Oh, I saved that one. There. Yeah. What do you think? Nissan Skyline GTR. So, Lego designers. I don't know any. I don't know any. I don't know any locals. There's a lot of people locally that are actually very talented people. Zachary being one of them. There's Trevor Pearson Jones, Mop Top Trevor, if you look him up on the Instagram. He just released a version of the Blue Nose, the famous racing boat from the 1930s and 1940s. That is homed in Lunenburg, Nova Scotia. I think it's an amazing build. Boats are definitely beyond my skill set. Whoa. Almost put that one on upside down and would have had to flip the brick over, I guess. Whoa. Whoa. old eyes. There we go. My old eyes. That's like the CD player. Is it actually a CD player? I think it's actually a CD player. Oh, that's just such a nice design right there. Who put this and that together like that? See, this was offset because it was a 1x3 with. Anyway, this is surprisingly technically advanced design. You wouldn't think that a Fast and the Furious. Oh my gosh, these are tiny stickers. I've never seen stickers that go on the end of a cheese. That's tiny. So, just got to make sure it's the right sides up. It almost looks like you could put it on upside down. Oh gosh. There's a beauty. That looks great. I'm surprised. This is a very good set. Like, I knew the property was kind of cool. Well, getting back to it, I'm a huge Fast and Furious fan. Little did I explain before when I started this film. This is actually why I bought the set. If it was just another Speed Champion car, I would not have bought it. But, like, there's tons. Like, I don't know how many Speed Champions there are. 100? I have nearly no interest in any of them. Like, the Countach A+. Definitely childhood favorite. Car of all time. Love it. The Porsche 911, similarly. I don't even know why specifically I bought it. I might have got it as a present. I'm not going to look a gift Porsche in the mouth. And so, yeah, I don't know, like I would have blah, 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 blah. But there's a ton of them. A real large number of Speed Champions. I got some from my Bricklink store, and then I parted them out. Around Christmas time, they had like super low prices, 50% off on Amazon, Walmart. So I got like 20 of the DB7, DB9, the James Bond one, and the Lotus. I had like 6 of them, and then there was. Anyways, I probably put in about 20 different into my store. All those parts, good prices. Oh, let me guess. I'm gonna do the same thing again, but for the other side. But yeah, Speed Champions. But, you know, I'm also an old man, I guess. Is that a thing? I'm an old man? Like, I'm an individual. I like different things. If they had... Well, I'm surprised, actually, now that I think about it. I think I might just keep the secret ID to myself. And I'll call Lego and say, hey, Lego, I'll sell you this idea. And they're like, don't worry about it. We've already thought about it. I was like, oh, snap. But actually, now, I should write this down. I'm going to forget about it. And then someone else will do it. It's the postmodern world. If I can think about it, it's It's already been done. So I bet it's already been done. I actually have an idea that I've been sitting on for a long time. And I actually told someone, and I'm surprised they haven't ripped me off, because they ripped me off on a number of other ideas. And so I don't talk to them anymore. But I've got one idea that I mentioned at some point, and I was like, and there's actually a prototype in this room right now. I don't remember where. It might be on a shelf. Coffee. What you don't see is behind me. There's a wall, fabric draped wall. There's also a box, because I have too much stuff in my house. So I turned the box into a shelf. But I kind of wanted, like, if I make this thing a regular thing, what kind of backdrop should I have? And I was thinking, for the interview segments, this space right here is actually not very big. So I don't think I could do interviews in this room even. But I have a good relationship with the local pub, and they have a kind of a back room secret pub at the pub, and it's only open part of the time. So I could go in there, set up mics, set up cameras, bring my laptop, because this laptop is good at recording things, and set up a stream. And then it would be a cool, like, pub background. Though, obviously we can't be consuming alcohol on a stream. I think that's actually in, like, YouTube rules. Correct me if I'm right. But I've never done that before. Never, ever. Though I've seen other streams that people get trashed on. And I don't know how that works. Not that I want to. I just, like, is it actually against the rules? Is it just something that someone made up? Is it just inappropriate? On that note, I have to email somebody about being inappropriate. I have to turn down a business opportunity. Because technically it's inappropriate. Which is sad, because nobody likes to turn down a business opportunity. But it is what it is. I've looked into it, and I've given it a serious consideration, and I just don't think it's in my purview, in my it's not something I can do. And am I allowed to hum songs? Is there a rule book? I bet there is. I bet if I just looked up YouTube rules on some sort of search engine, that I could just find all the rules. Am I allowed to hum? Am I allowed to drink spirits? Like and subscribe. I'd like to have, I think you need like 1,000 subscribers to monetize stuff. If I could monetize this, then I could, like, have a nicer layout. Maybe some better lights. Like, definitely. But could do that. See, now I'm very focused. Actually, that doesn't look too bad. Except for the shadow on my face, my glasses shadows. Hey, look at that. Maybe I should just go glasses free. Oh, this could be a whole, like, once a month I could do a live stream where I build Lego without my glasses on, it would take forever. And the problem with this is I can't see anything now. Like, I'm having trouble looking at my instructions. This may seem, maybe I need a light there. There is a light here, but it's not very bright. Anyway, it's 11:30 a.m. in Nova Scotia. I've been at this for about an hour, and I'm getting there. I'm almost done. So this is going to be quickly wrapped up. Let's try and plow through and stop talking about all the stupid stuff. Like, what have we talked about today? We have talked about making wise decisions when buying Lego online. Doing research and stuff. Researching your Lego prices. The value proposition. Now it's like hyper saturated. So now my face is just washed out. Maybe I just need to tweak the camera. The camera seems to be changing its settings after every time I close the program. I assumed that these camera settings would be saved. So maybe I'm just not closing the program properly. And I have come back and gone like, why is OBS still running in the background? I should have sworn that I actually turned that off. So we talked about researching your pricing for Bricklink purchases. We talked about VIP points and the importance of VIP points for someone like myself. We scanned a QR code from the instructions of this set. I don't know how, that's actually an interesting, are the QR codes unique? Because I bet if I rescan this same QR code, it'll say, oh, you've already got this in your inventory. But for those Speed Champions that I put in my Bricklink store, and I had 6 of them, or whatever it was, I scanned each one, and each one gave me 20 points. So if it recognizes them as doubles, then if I scan the same one twice, it's smart enough, so it's a slightly different QR code for each car. So if I scan these, though, and then give you the instructions, does Lego recognize, hey, this set has already been redeemed? That 20 cents has already been given out. We can't perpetually give this out. Like, I haven't seen much of a black market online. I'm kind of surprised, though. It's like, if people can make money on Lego, they usually do. So maybe it's been disproven already. Maybe it's just no good. But if I could just like take a picture of all my QR codes and then go to eBay and be like, 500 Lego QR codes. This sounds like I'm going to get busted for something. But just saying, I'm not going to do this. But could someone do it? To basically, so 500 QR codes at 20 cents a piece is $100 worth of VIP points. So if I could actually get 500 QR codes, take pictures of them, what did I do here? If I could actually collect that many, digitize that many, and then create a file, PDF or something, and then You always got to drop at least one piece every day, every game, every build, everything. Then go on eBay and sell them for $50. Say, basically you're getting $50 free worth of VIP points. Or you can sell them for $10. Or you can sell them for whatever. Would that work? So, like, can you scan this and get free points? That's my question. Or does Lego go, nope, this has already been redeemed. One-time redemption only. Because that seems like a finite system. Like, I know that there's infinite numbers in the world, but QR codes, oh, that was horrible. I had it lined up perfectly, and then it just went brr. Like, there has to be some limitation to the number of QR codes that you can get that are this big. Right? Right? Isn't that, am I insane? I did actually have a comrade, a compatriot, a coworker, a person, millionprints.com. That's where I get all my custom bricks done up for all my custom sets, my custom kits, my retail kits. So Million Prints, and he sent me a sample, and it's a 1x1 tile. I think it was 1x2. The 1x2 tile, tiny little 1x2 tile, and on the right side of it, it had the name, Halifax Bricks, and then on the right side there was a QR code, and I was like, that's too small. That's never gonna work, and it worked. It worked perfectly. Just like the smallest marketing QR code that I've ever seen. Will I do that? I don't know. Like, it's a cool idea, super cool idea. But I'm like, okay, if you don't know who I am already, Halifax Bricks, my name alone should be like, oh, Halifax Bricks. That's cool. I'm going to go track down that, and then you go to home and you Google Halifax Bricks. And hopefully, I actually don't know, because I don't know anything about websites or metrics or this or that. Oh my gosh, look at this. Who designed what? I thought the other stickers were weird. This is going to be weirder. Sticker 2. Sticker 2. So here's sticker 2. So this is the inside of a... So, sticker 2. That's a tight angle right there. That's perfect. Now sticker 3. Oh. There is, you know, if there's one thing. It's teeny tiny stickers that have a distinct upside and downside. So like that could have gone the other way. But it clearly was meant to go this way. Now this guy, and this sticker is so fine, the Lego instructions can't even show that there's stripes on it. Ooh. You know what? That's ever so slightly. See, I ruined it. Last sticker. Last sticker. You can't even see. Let's see. No, see in the right there, it looks perfect. But when I look at it, actually, it looks pretty perfect. So then, holy camole! Where's that sticker? Oh wait. Oh, see, that's a printed piece. I was like, how are we going to get a sticker on there? But that is a printed 1x3 brick. So there's one more sticker. And it goes on the top side here. I'm trying to get the light. There. And then there. There. Wow. You know what? This is the greatest speed champion. Oh! Just as I put it in, I'm like, that doesn't look right. There's weird gaps there on the sides. Why would they put weird gaps like that on the sides? And it's because I forgot to put the rest of the pieces on. And now, it is so perfect. Holy moly. Holy moly. Who designed this set? This is great. I'm going to look it up. I'm going to go on the resource. Is it Brickset, I think? Brickset will list the designers of stuff. I will go on Brickset after I'm done, and I'm going to find out who it was, and then I'm going to send them a message, and I'm going to say, this was a joy to build. The technical prowess that was employed in this build was substantial. Look at that. Whoa. 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 Speaking of amazing technical prowess, I watched the end of Miss Maisel last night. I know it's been over for quite some time, but hey, sometimes we have other things to do. But yes, I really like the end of Miss Maisel. The whole show was really good. You know, FYI, if you're looking for some fresh, funny female comedian story, I'm trying to figure out who it would have been that she was based off of. I think she was an amalgam, but I think it was also very much a fantasy. Like, wouldn't it have been great if there was a female comedian that really took it to the next level and blah blah blah? Because I can't think of anyone that she fits the mold for. Like, who, like, was Lenny Bruce actually dating some, or not dating, linked to a talented comedian? Before we close this up, I'm putting Polly inside. This wrench can go there. Holy moly. Oh, now I'm shaking it. Then we get some wheels, and then we're gonna put some wheels on. Then we're gonna put some rings, some rims on. I don't think I've ever used these rims before. Oh, yeah. Looks like $1 million. Holy cow. You know what, Brick and Nick? I know we had our discussions about this, and I was like, wow, you know, that is such a nice build. Compared to all the other Speed Champions, that is a great experience. Like, there was so much going on here, so much going on here. The nitro in there. It's really good. What a really good build. Well, that'll go onto my shelf and collect some dust for the next 10 years until I decide to give it to my son, who will then destroy it and then put it into a bulk bin pile. And then it'll probably get donated to a daycare maybe in 20 or 30 years. I do really wonder the future of Lego. Where's it going to go? I have so much Lego that I don't want to burden anyone in my family with how much Lego there is. You heard it here first, kids. I'm going to give it away before I die. Maybe? I don't know. But this was a really fun build. There's some, like, we live in a time where we're allowed to play with plastic cars. My great-great-grandfather would have been on a boat coming across North America on a boat and probably had a satchel worth of stuff that he could keep around. He didn't have neon, coral, glow-in-the-dark toy signs. Anyway, on that cheery note, thanks for coming. I know, no one's probably made it to this point in the video, but that's okay. I really like this build. Thank you, Brick and Nick, for reminding me that it exists. And really love this whole front end thing. Was just great. I'm going to go on Brickset. I'm going to post that whoever designed this was a genius. Really, really enjoyable build. Sometimes you get Lego and you're like, man, I just built a thing. This was like, there were some very cool techniques. I need to kind of mentally digest the techniques. Like how that came together. Like, where would they have thought? Would they have been like, I really want this angle, so I'm going to use this piece. And then how am I going to make this piece work? And then I'm going to have 8 stickers in this little tiny space. But yeah, really enjoyable. Really cool stuff. Anyway, on that note, thanks for coming by. Let me know in the comments what your favorite Fast and the Furious movie is. Fast 5, Fast Furious, Furious 5, Fast 8, Fate of Nines, Fast 10, Furious 9. I don't know. I like the first 5, I think. Tokyo Drift was such a weird departure, and then they came back and they brought all those characters back and they warped this timeline. Like, it's very much like it's such a weird thing. It's like you have a series of movies that are kind of unrelated, but then you bring them back and now they're super related, and it's like this microcosm. Anyway, cool. Thanks for the car. Merry Christmas. Talk to you soon. Like and subscribe.